I'm Brian Tracy, and welcome to the Brian Tracy Show. Today we have a wonderful guest, Mr. Anthony Caliendo, the sales assassin, who has worked in Wall Street and mortgages in a variety of sales and industries throughout the world, and is arguably one of the best and most professional salespeople and sales trainers that you'll ever meet. So welcome.
Thank you very much, Brian. It's a pleasure being with you. Glad you invited me here.
Tell us some of the great things that you're doing, Anthony.
Well, the book just recently came out in July, and first of all, I wanted to thank you for the endorsement. It meant a lot to come out with your first book and have an endorsement with Brian Tracy on there. So thank you once again. The book, when it came out in July, the goal for this book was to really make people understand why I wrote this as an inner sales journey. So I take them on an inner sales journey where a lot of books, and I read a lot of yours, by the way, a lot of books, you know, they teach you selling concepts 101, where my book teaches you how to sell from the inside out. Mindset, mind preparation, goals. You know, it really helps you achieve incredible results that people don't teach you. And that's kind of how I wrote the book.
Yeah, so you're starting from the inner game of selling, if you like, moving to the outer game. And you're absolutely right, because that's 80% of sales success is what's going on inside of you to start with.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
And that's why I came out with the book, Master Your Black Belt in Sales. See, the goal is to take ordinary salespeople and to turn them into sales assassins, or to take corporations that have mediocre sales organizations and really turn them into dynamic sales machines. And that's kind of what I want to accomplish, is to be able to do that. And that's why I wrote this book.
Wow, that's wonderful. Which brings me to my next question, is you could have done lots of things in life. So what is your mission or purpose or goal? What is it you want to accomplish with your life?
Well, once again, the goal for me, you know, I'll tell you a quick little story. So growing up without a father, and my mother raised 3 kids in a rough area, I knew that I had to start out and change my stars at a very early age, that I had to go out and work for it. Right. Nobody was going to hand me anything, Brian. So I started in sales, and I remember as a kid, my uncle, and I think my grandfather, they came to me and said, Anthony, you're going to be one of the greatest salespersons ever. And I said, really? Why is that? They had an Italian ice company, Brian. We sold truckloads of Italian ice to Alaska. So they actually said, you can actually sold ice to Eskimos. So I thought it was a great story. So I started selling, and at 16, we're going to go back 30 years from now, I went to your seminar. I actually paid for it out of my own money at 16. I bought your books, and I had a dream, and my vision was one day to train people and to give them what I've learned over all these years and help people achieve success and get results. And your seminar 30 years ago put me on that path. So it's an amazing story. So here I am today on your show, actually on stage, and I believe if you dream it, you can achieve it. And that's exactly what I did, Brian.
That's wonderful, Anthony.
Thank you.
Now, you're doing some unique things that are different. Believe it or not, there are other people who do sales training and sales management
training. Quite a few of them.
So
yeah, I agree.
What is it that you do? If someone were to say, well, how is it that you're different and better to anyone else in this industry?
Well, we got a couple things we're doing now. Number one, we're creating AnthonyCaliendoInternational.com right now, which is going to be an amazing site that we're doing. Yes. We're doing Caliendo University. So my goal is to take all my experience and my selling over the years in all different industries and to put that online so people can go online and actually walk through me doing a presentation, qualification, closing, qualifying people, closing people. So we're doing that. But one of the most unique things that I'm doing is I'm trying to maybe change it up a little bit in the speaking business. And I created a stage, a dojo that it's 20 feet high and 20 feet long, and I have martial art guys that come out and do some unbelievable performances before I even come out and speak. So I really get them going and motivated even before I come out to the stage. So it's kind of different. So it's kind of like a pre-show before I come out. So that's some exciting things that we're doing right now.
Oh, that's wonderful. It's so important to get people's attention and their emotional attention right from the get-go. You know, the first few seconds creates an impression, and they then, by the halo effect, consider everything else that's going to come to also be the same level of excitement.
No doubt about it. And the lasting impression, I think, is one of the most important. Yeah. So this series, this board that you see here, is called Breaking Bad Habits. Right. So what I do, Brian, is I actually, being in martial arts, why I called it the sales assassin, I actually, at the end of the show, I have them write their bad habits on the back of the board, personally as well as business. What stops them from producing, becoming successful? What stops them from becoming number one? Because that's the ultimate goal. You want to get to the top.
Yes.
So we created Breaking Bad Habits. I have them write it on the back, and then I have them actually break the board. And then I give it to them. And a story recently, one of the guys called me up 2 months ago and said, you know, I kept that board and I put it on my desk every day. And I remind myself of those bad habits that you wanted me to break. And here it is 3 months later, and I've already increased my sales 40%. Just by that concept right there. So it's an amazing story. It was exciting to hear that.
That's great. You know, one of the most important things I've learned in sales in the last couple of years is how important it is to take the abstract to the actionable, is to take the idea out of the air and make it concrete, that people can touch it, like this board.
Right.
As opposed to saying, you know, break your bad habits, as opposed to break.
Really
your
break,
bad-
like break through, you know, and that's kind of why I created that. So it's exciting, you know, the object in sales, as you know, is to get people to remember you. If they don't remember you, then they already forgot you.
Yeah.
You know, so that's kind of what I always like to do, is brand myself. I've always found myself branding myself my whole life and separating myself from the rest of the pack. And that's kind of what I teach right now.
Now, our viewers would really like to hear a success story. Tell us about someone or a company or organization that before they were at this level, and after you worked with them, they were at this level.
Well, I mean, it's the company I just told you about, where the
Yes.
gentleman just recently called me about his own personal success story. But I told them when I gave this presentation, I said, in 90 days, I'm confident that if you guys follow the program and everything that I gave you already, there's no doubt about it, I will help increase your sales by 10, 20%. If all the people just actually took what I said and did something about it, and not just listened and didn't follow through, which is why they don't produce enough in sales in the first place. I said, you have to follow through. And those who will follow through, you're going to see your production increase. So the company called me back as well, because actually they called me and left a message. I followed back with them, and they said, our sales has increased. They've actually increased by 14% already from your seminar. So they invited me back again, you know, and they want me to actually do quarterly seminars with them to help them train and motivate their people on a quarterly basis, not just a seminar where I come once a year. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's a great story.
That's great. That's great. Well, how can people get a hold of you if they want to learn more about
Well,
you?
they can go to thesalesassassin.com.
Yes.
Soon they'll be able to go to anthonycaliendointernational.com.
Right.
But the best way is to follow me on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. Every day I have motivational quotes, some which are yours, by the way, and my own quotes and my own concepts and my own ideas. You know, we're starting a new segment called Tony's Tangents and Tony's Tantrums, which I'm going to be coming out with all kinds of material to keep you excited every single day. So there's a lot of exciting things. So go to Facebook, go to the Sales Assassin, look me up on LinkedIn, as well as Twitter, and just follow me. It's exciting stuff, and you're going to learn a lot every day.
So it sounds like you're current with the modern world.
I'm in it to win it.
Thank you.
I thank you, Brian.
Tony,
Pleasure.
that's great.
Yep.
Pleasure to
Awesome.
see you.
Yep. Pleasure.